What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best WNBA player props on PrizePicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see, we actually got 16 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. So we are on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get 16 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord to meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which will be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $179 just yesterday. Another member who won $145 for the 5th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, a link will be in the description. So go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group. And I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel, the best bets and props. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. All right, so let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So first we're going to be talking about is none other than Shennedy Carter, and this one is for 30.5 points, rebs, and assists, and this one is for more. Now we look at Shennedy Carter. We've actually seen her go on the over in 3 out of the last 5 games, which is fantastic to see, and they do face off against none other than the Washington Mystics. Now we look at the Washington Mystics. We see that they rank 8th in points allowed. They also rank 5th in assists allowed and 7th in rebounds allowed. So a little bit mid-tier in all categories, and because of that, we do very much like the over for this situation here. A big reason why we do like the over, however, is that Shennedy Carter has a really good usage rate in all departments, and we also see that times that she has missed it, she's gotten very close, only missing it by about 1.5 to maybe 2.5 at times. So very consistent at getting close to this line, which is what we like to see, and her average over the last 5 is also 31.8, which is above the line as well. So all signs really do point towards the over for this one, especially with a fast-paced matchup that they do face off against, which is Mystics and Chicago Sky. We are expecting a good amount of volume from Shennedy Carter in all departments. So Shennedy Carter, 30.5 points, rebs, and assists for more, I think is a fantastic pick. Now getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about none other than Aliyah Boston. So Aliyah Boston, great player, and this one is a combo, however, points and assists for 18.5, and this one is for less. Now we look at Aliyah Boston. We've actually seen her go on the under in 2 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against the Las Vegas Aces. Now when we look at the Aces, we see that when it comes to points allowed, the Aces do actually rank, pretty mid-tier, as they rank 7th. And then on top of that, when we look at assist, actually we see that the Aces do rank 6th as well, so they rank very mid-tier in those categories. However, when we look at the Las Vegas Aces, the Aces do a very good job at restricting points, rebs included, and assists to the forward position, which is what Aliyah Boston does play. Now she does mix between forward or center, but we are expecting her to play forward in this matchup, and even so, forwards and centers, Aces do a very good job at both of those positions as well. But when it comes to per position, we see that Aces do a very good job at restricting points and assists specifically, and that's a big reason why we do like the under here. Now although she has been able to go on the over in a couple of the most recent games, we think she was versing easier teams, and with a new matchup against the Aces, we definitely could see her struggle, especially against some big powerhouses like A'ja Wilson. So we definitely see Aliyah Boston going on the under here, and we may see a lot more usage rate from other players in Indiana favor. We tend to see Aces do a really good job focusing on the stars and restricting them as much as possible, and I think Aliyah Boston is definitely going to be a target for this Aces team. So when we look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have her favored for the under as well, so we are going to be following what the bookies are saying there. So Aliyah Boston, 18.5 points and assists for less, I think is a great pick. Now getting into the next one, we're going to be talking about, none other than the opponent, A'ja Wilson. So A'ja Wilson, great player, and this one, however, is for 27.5 points, and this one is for less. Now look at A'ja Wilson. We've actually seen her go on the under in 2 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against Indiana Fever. Now Indiana Fever do actually rank 11th in points allowed, which is interesting to see, but there are actually 2 reasons why we do like the under for this, and this is just based off stats and what we have seen. We've actually are expecting, and we are looking at what the bookies are saying, and the bookies have her favored for the under due to the fact that they are expecting a little bit of a blowout situation in this game. Now it may not be an absolute 30-40 point blowout, but we could see A'ja Wilson not get the same amount of minutes that she usually sees, which could actually affect her volume of shots and may see her go on the under. On top of that, when we look at Indiana Fever, they also do a very good job at restricting points to this center position, which is what A'ja Wilson is. And similar to Aces, what we do see with Indiana is that when there's there's a, you know, superstar in that team, they tend to focus a lot more the defense on the superstar, which is going to be A'ja Wilson in this case. And because of that, we could definitely see her go on the under in this situation here. So those are some of the big reasons that we have been able to gather over, you know, the research that we have seen. And because of that, we are sticking to the under for this situation here for A'ja Wilson. So 27.5 points, 4 less for A'ja Wilson, I think is an absolute steal. So as you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but PrizePicks is delayed with some of their lines. So here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for when their lines drop. So first player you're going to be talking about is Kelsey Plum, who does play for the Aces and has been averaging 18.1 points, 2.4 rebounds, and 4.4 assists. So she's done a fantastic job for the Aces, and the Aces do face off against Indiana Fever. Now, as we all know, Indiana Fever do rank 11th in points allowed. On top of that, when it comes to assists allowed, they do rank 9th, and then Indiana Fever do rank 5th when it comes to rebounds allowed. Now, a big reason why we do very much like the over for this situation here is due to the fact that Fever do rank very average in all categories, so we are expecting an over for this situation for someone like Kelsey Plum. Now, I would focus a lot more on points for someone like Kelsey Plum, not only just due to the fact that Kelsey Plum has a very high usage rate in the points department, but on top of that, Indiana Fever do a really poor job at restricting points to the guard position. So I think Kelsey Plum is going to be able to take advantage of that pretty easily coming into this matchup. Now, you can definitely look at rebounds and assists as well, but I think points is definitely where you're going to see a lot more probability for her to go on the over, and that's why we really do very much like that. So definitely keep an eye out for the over for someone like Kelsey Plum, and you know, when it comes to her line, keep an eye out for the line. If the line is under averages, definitely look to go in the over. So I think there'll be a lot of great value there. So getting to the next player, we're going to be talking about none other than Rickea Jackson. So Rickea Jackson, great player as we all know, and she's been averaging 12.9 points, 3.7 rebounds, and also 1.5 assists. So when it comes to Rickea Jackson, great player, but on top of that, Sparks do face off against Seattle Storm coming into this matchup. Now we look at Seattle Storm, we do see that when it comes to points allowed, we see that Storm do rank pretty well as they rank 4th. On top of that, when it comes to assists allowed, they also do rank 4th, and then rebounds allowed, they rank a little bit lower as they rank 11th. So very interesting there. Now, when it comes to Rickea Jackson, what we would actually focus on for someone like Rickea Jackson is the rebounds and focus on the over there. Now, when it comes to points and assists, Seattle Storm rank a little bit too high for our liking to see any more value in that. We think that Rickea Jackson should be able to go over on her line in her rebounds pretty easily coming into this matchup. Not only do Seattle Storm do a very poor job at restricting rebounds, but on top of that, they do a very poor job at also rebounds in general to the forward position, which is what Rickea Jackson is. So that's a big reason why we do like the over for this situation here. We definitely see a lot of value for her to be able to go on the over, but like I always mentioned, I would focus a lot more on rebounds for someone like her. So there may be some value in the points and assists, but I do like to focus on revs for someone like Rickea Jackson, and we definitely see her going on the over there. So keep an eye out for her line. Like I always mentioned, if the line is under averages, definitely look to go on the over, so I think there'll be a lot of great value there. Now getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about Nneka Ogwumike. So Nneka, great player from Seattle Storm who has been averaging 16.6 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. So she's done an absolute fantastic job for Seattle Storm, and Storm, like we just mentioned, face off against Los Angeles Sparks. Now when we look at Sparks, on the other hand, we see that they rank 10th in points allowed, 10th in assists allowed, and when it comes to rebounds allowed, they also do rank 6th. So very good job there. But when it comes to someone like Nneka, we have seen her do such a great job in all facets, whether it's points, rebs, and assists, and we definitely see her going on the over in her line when it comes to this matchup. We are expecting a pretty fast-paced game as well in this matchup, so we should see Nneka have a good amount of volume either way. But when we also look at Sparks, we also do see they do a very poor job at restricting points, rebs, and assists to the forward position, and we definitely see that being a big plus here. So because of that, we do very much like the over for this situation here. And on top of that, when it comes to Nneka as well, we should definitely see her get a good amount of usage rate in all departments. Now, I would focus a lot more on points and rebounds for someone like Nneka since she has a higher usage rate in both of those departments. But if the line for assists is definitely a lot of value there, like I always mentioned, you want to keep an eye out for the line first if it is under averages. And if there is a great line there, then I definitely see a lot of value to go on the over. So keep an eye out for Nneka Ogwumike. I see a lot of value, you know, in her line, especially when it comes out on PrizePicks eventually. So keep an eye out for her. So guys, if you do want to win more bets and win more money, don't forget to join our exclusive Discord group by signing up to our Patreon. It should be linked down below in the description, or you can also find it in the pinned comment down below. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets and win more money today. So guys, I'll see you over there, and I'll see you soon. Peace.